Hello and welcome to the Blue Monday podcast. This is a 3 times weekly show available on podcast and YouTube, looking into the exciting happenings at Ipswich Town Football Club. My name is Benjamin Blue and I'll be here each and every Monday for this, the flagship show with ITFC aficionado David Diamond, for a sometimes irreverent but always informative hour of football conversation to make your Monday a Blue Monday. Does that intro even make sense anymore?
I don't even know. I'm so used to saying, weekly audio show, once weekly audio show. Something's bothering me just behind your left ear, and there's something peeping out of your drawer.
Is there? Cool.
Better.
Was that going to bother you for the next?
Yeah, it's annoying me.
Yeah, I think I've edited like one word of that intro at a time to the point where it now just doesn't make sense.
That's a gobbledygook.
And
But hey, we understood it.
Show never goes out on a Monday anyway, does it? Dave, the news is all transfer deadline news, isn't it?
It is.
Let's go through this one by one. So Mustafa Karayel is a Gambian international right winger who's worked his way up to championship level. Signs on a free transfer from Nottingham Forest. Be honest, did you know who this bloke was?
Yeah. I've obviously heard of him. He signed for Borough, I think. I think he made his name at Bristol Rovers. Then he went to Borough. And he signed for Forest a couple of seasons ago, obviously under the new manager, Karanga. His face doesn't fit. So I think he's playing quite consistently at the start of the season. Clearly his face doesn't fit. And I forgot about this, but there was a game against Borough apparently in 2013 or something like that, where he gave Chambers the mother of all chasings, apparently.
Didn't
Yannick
Wiltshire do that, though?
On a similar level, by all accounts.
And remember that Mick doesn't forget. He says, never forget. Mick's
absolutely.
He's like which animal is it that has a really good memory? It's an elephant.
I think it's an elephant.
So
Mick's a giraffe.
So basically,
Giraffe.
2 minutes into this podcast, you've called Mick an elephant. And what do you think? What do you think for Karayel? Is it much of a muchness, extra body?
Worth a punt, I suppose. This short-term contract till the end of the season, worth a punt, Ben, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Flynn Downs has gone on loan to League Two leaders Luton until the end of the season. Now, this got some predictable heat on Twitter from some of our good friends on our timeline. Mick says it's a win for all parties, for Downs, for Luton, and for Ipswich. What everyone really wants to know, Dave, is what the hell do you think?
I tend to agree, and to the point I followed that up today, and apparently according to Nathan Jones, I think it was a song by the Supremes. He was
Jones.
Yeah. He was outstanding yesterday. He was I'm sure it is, Ben. You'd have a look. Yeah, he was outstanding yesterday, and I think their best player yesterday. So he's getting game time. Look, with Gleeson coming, I guess, last week, and he's been in and out. I suppose he hasn't really been in a squad for I think for a few weeks because of injuries. I think the start of the season perhaps caught. Am I right, Ben?
Yeah, that's for everyone on YouTube. There is Nathan. I wonder if we can.
Nathan Jones, you've been gone too long.
Is that coming down my mic?
Yes, it.
Okay, we get done for copyright if we play anymore.
Yeah. Forgotten what we're talking about. Flynn Downs.
Sorry,
I think I obviously, yes, he's our player, our young player. Start the season on fire. If you remember, he came on for Dizelle in the very first game and probably was our best player.
You loved him
against Birmingham. I think it was also our best player. You said he certainly didn't look out of place in the Palace League Cup game. I don't think
he played like the senior professional in that game. And Selena
which other than Selena, which he was. So yes, you'd like to see him in the team, but if it gives him more experience, Luton are doing really well. Look like they're going to get promoted. Yeah, I bit like that. I can see. Yes, I'd love him in the team, but if it's for the benefit of him long term, then fine.
Okay. Barry Cotter signs from Limerick for around 70 grand. That's 1 week of Jack Rodwell's wages. He's 19 years old and has represented Ireland at under 19. TWTD reports he can play centre half or in midfield. Are you excited, or have you heard this all before?
I've still heard it all before, but what I was pretty excited about, first of all, did you see the picture of him when he first joined Limerick when he was like 17?
No.
It's Neymar. It is Neymar. He doesn't look anything like him now. It is spookily like Neymar. Honestly,
Can he play like Neymar?
I doubt it. But what I'm hoping really, and this is for the older listeners out there, is if we send him out on loan and then he comes back, and we can all say, "Welcome back, Cotter."
What does that
Carry
mean?
on.
Okay.
Carry on. You'll get that'll get some bites. That one.
Sorry, I try and get so hard on these mics not to breathe, not to laugh down the microphone. I just let go a big horrible breath down there. Sorry, everybody listening.
Welcome back, Cotter. Yeah, I mean, he's played for Ireland under-19s. My comment there is, I think he's a right back. Where does that leave young Josh? Well, up in Rotherham, presumably for now.
Did you have to write limericks at school ever?
Limericks?
Yeah, there once was a boy from. So what rhymes with Neymar? Can someone work on this? I bet Slowable will do it. Someone writes a limerick.
Slow as a proper wordsmith, isn't he?
A wordsmith.
Graham, or GB also, I'd say.
16-year-old Kai Brown moves from Grays Athletic to the Ipswich Academy. A lot of people say, we have to get Joe Fair's view on this, a lot of people say that the academy guys don't have the problem-solving skills of people who've been at Grays Athletic. Do you think this guy will be ahead of some of the... Do you know what I mean? They're in this sanitised...
I see what you mean. Yes, I think so. Yeah, that's got to be an advantage. He's played Grays Athletic. He's played full-on, senior football, hasn't he? Men's, how young men, but you know what I mean.
He has. Game's gone. Man's game.
I don't know how many times, how many appearances, how long. He's probably not long. He's only 16. But yeah, I tend to agree that would make them battle hardened, I'd suggest.
Okay. Few other loans, Dave. This has been a right old tidy up. This. So Monty Patterson has gone on loan to the Wellington Phoenix in New Zealand until May. George Fowler has gone permanently to Aldershot.
We said that, didn't we? Yeah.
Conor McKendry, who Graham Blackburn speaks very highly of because he goes and watches them, and Pat Webber have gone to Braintree on loan. That's Vanarama South, Dave. That's for a month. But all the guys who go for 1 month then get extended.
Yeah, Patterson's an interesting one. He's out of contract end of the season, so you've got to think that we may well have seen. Well, we haven't seen anything of him. I think I think he was sub for the Palace game. We may well have seen the last. So, sorry,
he got on. I'm sure he got on at the end.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
Oh, sorry. Beg your pardon.
It's only appearance.
Yeah.
So I think we've probably seen the last of him. Which is a shame, because I always like to call him Monty Panesar, but that's just me.
That's childish.
Yeah, but funny. Oh, I find it funny. He's got 15 full caps for New Zealand. I didn't quite know. I knew he'd been away. I didn't realise he had 15.
Tommy Smith must have 140.
Who? Sorry?
Tommy Smith.
Yeah, he's.
Dave, quick one. Is dope legal in Colorado? I think it is.
Where's this going?
Well, that's why Tommy Smith's gone to Colorado Rapids, isn't it?
Why?
Well,
what?
You can have legal dope, can't you?
Oh, I see what you mean. In Colorado, I'm not sure, Ben. I'll take your word for it. I've never been to. Have I been to? No, Denver. No, never been to Colorado.
Oh, you've been everywhere, Dave.
I have, but I've never been to Colorado.
You've sold tat in every continent.
I've sold rubbish to anybody. Anyway, what about the under? We're going to do a bit of the under-18s. That was all a bit disappointing, wasn't it? Fifth round.
Smart me up, Dave. Smart me up.
Yeah, one or two of my mates went and they said we basically got bullied out of it by Blackpool, who I think had beaten some Premier League side, maybe West Ham, maybe something like that, in earlier rounds. And we got bullied out of it. And I think we're 2-0 down fairly early on and went out comfortably 2-0. Not surprised. I think Nyden played and was the standout player, not surprisingly.
That would have been men against boys, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's a shame. Shame, but there you go.
Okay, two players going nowhere, Dave. Bart and David McGoldrick. Are you pleased to be done with that? Can you tell us a bit about Bolton Wanderers at 10:30 p.m. on Thursday night or whenever it was?
It's quite odd, wasn't it? Yeah, all sort of like hotted up, didn't it?
Rhodes link as well, yeah.
Yeah, well, they got rid of Medine for a pretty good dollar, didn't they? About 6 million, I think, to Cardiff, which is good, So they're obviously looking to replace him, but I saw their game on Friday evening. Maybe they don't. And Yeah, it was all like I was out, so I was it no, when was the deadline? It was Wednesday, wasn't
Was
it?
it Wednesday or
Wednesday evening.
Thursday? Yeah, I
It
don't
was
recall.
Wednesday. I was out, so I came back in. It was all going crazy. And yeah, someone mentioned I didn't read anything about it, but someone mentioned was it we were linked with Jordan Rhodes?
I don't know how fanciful that was. I've
Oh,
just done the Championship roundtable, and Louis from Sheffield Wednesday, I asked him about Jordan Rhodes, and he said that there was advanced talks with Sunderland and Ipswich, were his words.
oh,
Yeah.
oh,
I don't think either club could do it just because of the wages, but yeah.
no.
But where does this leave McGoldrick then, Dave?
Well, supposedly injured at the moment. We'll see. I mean, 16 games to go. After which were spoiler alert after yesterday, will he probably certainly won't come straight back into the side, you would think, unless there's injuries.
Pretty big game coming up in a couple of weeks as well.
Yeah, you'd want him fit, and if he's not starting, you'd want someone like him at least on that. It'd be a good player, obviously, to have there on the bench. But you got to think that come May, we'll have seen the last of him.
When you said someone like you, then I'm imagining you after his last game, you and Statman, you're sat down,
Crying.
and the Adele song, "Never mind, I'll find someone like you."
I mean, be heartbroken.
You'll
Heartbroken.
be there with your posters of him.
Yeah, can I just also, this reminds me of me and Stat, I don't know what I thought about this, probably heartbroken because McGoldrick went, your Marcus Stewart montage, that
What
was
did you
quite
think?
good. Yeah, it's very good, very
Yeah.
good. Great from Rich.
Yeah,
Great
so
from Rich.
everyone needs to follow at Jesus, at Ips Rich, and please get your requests in for other top tens because
Me and Stat have got David Johnson. We're going to do a comparison goal by goal, and we think David Johnson's top 10 could probably edge out Marcus Stewart.
Wow, I'd love to see him. Yeah, I remember.
Albeit not in the Premier League though.
No, it doesn't matter, does it? No, but please, tweet in if you want any top 10 videos at Ips Rich.
That was great. Really good. Really good. Very
he's
good.
the whiz, and we'll do the voiceovers, and away we go. Let's go to Sunderland, Dave, shall we?
Yeah, and you didn't, did you? You were heading west.
I took the money and went to Marlow and watched housewives drink prosecco at 11 in the morning. And I went to
a strange gig. What was it? What sort of gig was that?
It's called the Bottomless Brunch. £25 a head brunch. I just sat in the corner and played the piano and sang. But
Cool.
when you're looking for a get out, I didn't really want to drive all the way up to Sunderland. I would have enjoyed it if I'd gone, but
obviously, but yeah, I know it's a slog, isn't it? It's a long way. And fair play to the 970 or something. That's unbelievable.
Really good.
Yeah.
That's higher than definitely the past few away games as well, and they've been way closer. But so I went to Reading versus Millwall, which you can check out.
I'm going to hear all about that shortly
on my excellent YouTube channel. We need to give big thanks to Kieran, who you can follow at Twitter at _Kieran Blees. He was our eyes up there. He was
great
incommunicado most of the game.
Kieran.
Right.
Yep.
So Dave, Bart in goal, Spence right back, Chambers. They're still giving him, kind of a couple of more weeks to get back. So Carter, Vickers, Chambers, Knudsen left back, Skews back in midfield with Connolly. And here was the interesting one that got Twitter talking. So the three behind Garner was Ward, Waghorn, and Sears. So no Gleeson, no Selina, no Webster, no Carroll, no McGoldrick. And the big one was poor old Freddie Sears was getting pelters before he
pelters.
What's your
boy?
I don't really need to say, Dave, what's your view on the lineup? I need to say, what's your view on the three guys off the front?
Oh yeah, I think that's fair enough. The only surprise for me was, I guess, Sears, but obviously Skew's coming back for Gleeson. No shock there. McGoldrick seemingly was injured. Well, I guess he is injured because no reason why. I guess he's not playing other than that. So that's not a surprise. Quite right. Sears in for Selina. Certainly pre-kickoff raised a few eyebrows, I would suggest.
And you think this is running power and
purely up and down away match? Cover the fullback.
Up and down, I'm off the wall, I'm up the bloody tree.
Blancmange, what a song.
That's all right for me.
What a song.
Sunderland, Lee Camp, straight in on loan from Cardiff. Back three, Jones, O'Shea, Browning. Wing backs Matthews, Oviedo. Midfield three of Robson, Catamol, and Ajira straight in on loan from Liverpool. Second debutant. Third debutant, Ashley Fletcher, who
Yeah,
Mick was interested in from West
yeah,
Ham before
that's a.
he went to
But
Borough.
do you see Borough also loaned out Braithwaite as well? So they bought at the start of the season. They brought in a Somberlonger, Fletcher, and Braithwaite. And I think Braithwaite's been loaned out somewhere as well.
Wow. Asoro, an 18-year-old as well. So, Dave, three debutants and an 18-year-old. Did
Yeah,
you
that's a
catch
tough
any
ask.
of the amazing Graham on the preview podcast?
No, I didn't this week.
Yeah, he was great, and he's been great on both podcasts. Check that out.
He
Even though
said, I
you
did
know what
see
the
you got
result
some
was.
plaudits. They thought that you knew more about Sunderland than some of their fans.
Well, we do our research here at the Blue Monday podcast.
Do your research, don't you?
Don't we?
Research, of course you do.
Research.
Research.
Let's go for it, Dave. So
Go
4
on, let's
minutes
straight into
in,
it then.
attack down the left for Sunderland, played inside to Ajiri, cuts inside on his right foot, shoots for goal, and Carter Vickers kind of gets his butt in the way by the looks of it.
Right.
Nice ball in this from Catamol round the corner. You would have liked that one, Dave. Fletcher holds it up. So when he holds it up, Carter Vickers is like touch tight, draws Chambers across. He loses Asoro.
Great bit of play.
Yeah, Fletcher slides it through. He's got to score that one, hasn't he, Dave?
Yeah, he's just got to go for. He sort of tried to get in the far corner. I think he's just got to go for raw power, hasn't he? There.
What are you doing? Free kick whipped in for the left by Jones. A good cross this, Dave. Bart can't come. It's in the right spot. Don't say corridor of uncertainty. Carter Vickers and Knudsen, they're both with their guys. Knudsen, O'Shea throws himself at it at the back post, and he could have put it in if he got it on.
Because it's coming up.
Is there another one?
Because it is.
Lovely looking free kick from Waghorn.
Mate, that would have been a picture, wouldn't it? That one.
Yeah, and he hit the bar against Bolton as well, didn't he?
He's getting close.
Yeah,
getting close.
Hopefully the pressure will build up, and then in Norwich, yeah, he's going to put him.
He's going to score a 50-yard lob at Norwich. He's been practicing from
anyone who was at the game, how was Martin Waghorn lob watch this week? Did he
lob what?
Did he try and?
How was it on the lobometer?
It's the 35th minute, Dave. I probably need a break from this because I'm losing the plot. We're going to go 1-0 up. How exciting!
Well, they don't show it, and
I don't.
Yeah, they don't actually show the initial play, but it said on actually TWT that it was a glorious crossfield ball from Garner to initiate the move over to Spence, and then obviously Garner makes his way forward. To me, it's a poor cross, really, isn't it? And then even poorer defending by O'Shea, slices it up in the air, and then quite a nice little cushion header by Knudsen to Garner with his back to goal, and then. It's one of those ones where we know he has got technique because I always refer every week to the Preston playoff goal, but he never looks like he's quite got the ball under control. It's like bouncing off his knee and he's sort of chesting it, but he's very strong, isn't he? We've seen that before. He holds off Jones really well. Jones may be a little bit tight, but again, edge of the box you need to be, and he just manoeuvres the ball, creates a bit of space. A great finish, isn't it? He uses the man, and that's in the far corner. Great goal, really, really good goal, and he's having a good season, but since certainly turn of the year, he's scoring for fun almost.
Well, since the turn of the year, so that puts Garner into double figures for the season. Yeah. He scored 5 of Ipswich's last 7 goals. And Dave, only 4 players in the Championship have more assists than Jonas Knudsen. Barry Douglas, Luke Freeman, Robert Snodgrass, and Mark Duffy.
Yeah, Snodgrass is ridiculous at the moment, isn't he? Did you say Kieran was our eyes up there? Apparently, Knudsen had an absolute shocker yesterday.
Did he?
Apparently so. On the ball, maybe not. That was a good bit of play, little cushion assist. But yeah, apparently Matthew I was listening to it on Radio Suffolk, and Matthew was saying his distribution yesterday was awful. Apparently, but there you go.
Well, we go into first half stoppage time, and the implausible nearly happens, Dave. On the 46 minutes, Ipswich go 2-0 up. Do you want to take this one?
Yeah, I mean, initially Connolly apparently was good again, fed Ward. This was great play from Ward, wasn't it? Really energy, pace, strength, burst for the byline. All right, Catamol Catamole with the high shorts always makes me laugh. He's not known for blistering pace, but great play, good intent from Ward. Got to the byline, ball across the 6-yard box in that. Wait for it, corridor of uncertainty, and it's a comedy one, isn't it? It just bounces. I don't know. Surely you could have do better than this. It just sort of bounces off Matthews' knee, and it's one of those ones that sort of just dribbles in. What did make me laugh about that one? It was very, very close to Sears, wasn't it?
It was.
Who looked really embarrassed when Garner ran across to him and started to almost congratulating him. That was a bit of a sort of sad moment for poor old Fred. He was very close to that though, but no, clearly an own goal. And yeah, great, 2-0 half time. Couldn't be better. Well, could be 3 or 4, but yeah. Brilliant.
Typical Freddie contribution, though. It's the sort of thing where if he hadn't have been there, Matthews would have probably had no pressure on him and been able to clear it. But
Ben, you nailed it. You nailed it right there. Good old Fred. Again, maybe he's saving up one for, well, who knows?
Imagine that. Freddie Sears
Waghorn,
last minute.
Sears. Who else ain't scored for ages?
Most of the team.
Most of the team.
Cole Skews.
That'd be good. 0-3. Go on.
0-3. Into the second half. Excuse me. Ipswich see it out quite well. So Garner takes his 6th yellow of the season. Luar in for Honeyman. Luar himself has a nice swerving left footer on the half volley.
Straight at Bart, really.
Bart watches it well, pushes it away. Ward goes out. That was Kieran's man of the match. Ward goes out on 74. And on 76, Waghorn should have really broken his duck, shouldn't he? Garner feeds a stunning through ball. I remember the goal against Barnsley that Waghorn scored. That was another superb ball through by.
Oh yes, it was.
Garner as well.
His first one, wasn't it?
Waghorn, he seems obsessed with putting on his left foot, Dave.
Well, you see why he is predominant. He's right foot, as they say in professional terms, is his swinger. But he sort of almost took it too close to the keeper, didn't he? You know, he got it on his left foot and hit it earlier, but almost took it too close, perhaps trying to just make sure. And a little bit just went wide. But you should put those away. Perhaps, he doesn't seem to me to be lacking in confidence as such. He has a go from anywhere, doesn't he? Which is still so. He's not. I wouldn't say he's lack of confidence. He's not an out and out. He doesn't play for us as an out and out striker, does he? So. But it'd be nice at least to get him one next weekend. So to break that, it'd be lovely to break it at Carrow Road. But if he gets one next weekend, so who'll care. But it doesn't. With him, I don't think there's a lack of confidence because he'll shoot from anywhere.
Skews out, Hyam in. My feelings on Hyam, but in terms of fresh legs, he's a pretty good guy to have take the weight off. Hughes.
He always was the fittest guy at the club, but he's getting there now.
Yeah. Garner goes out. Webster comes in for a minute at the end, and that's all she wrote. Were you surprised by that result, Dave?
I was a bit. Yeah, I was a bit. First goal, again, another well-worn cliche. First goal was important. I thought, again, listening to the commentary, and again, I don't know if Kieran said this, we were not under the cosh, but Sunderland probably the better side for the first, certainly 20, 25 minutes, I think. I think we were getting into it just before we scored the goal. And our first away win there since, I think I heard Phil Ham on the pre-match show say yesterday, since 1989 when Duncan was manager. So
they've never won at the
Stadium of Light, exactly.
At the new
that
stadium.
Must have been at Roker, No, great, good stuff. Yeah, you can only. Again, I'm not going to say it. Full of cliches.
You can only beat what's put in front of you, Dave.
Absolutely right. And to be fair, this season, which unlike other seasons, we've bullied those teams below us, haven't we? Really?
Well, is that the first double of the season?
Oh, crikey! Yeah, it must be. Yeah. Well, that was a. I didn't really think about that. That was a thumping double as well. 7-2. Bloody hell. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it must be. Yeah.
A clean sheet as well, Dave.
Great stuff.
Yeah. Cool. Let's go on to the roundup. We'll do the tweets. We'll do the tweets in a bit. But sorry, I've missed one out. Before we go to the roundup, Starman, I think it sounds like Ward for.
Yeah, I think again I read that. Matthew said as much on. Suffolk, and I think Brenner agreed with him. And I've seen that also on TWTD. Just manager's comment said, he made Ward man of the match. He said he just gives us something different. When he's on it, he's really good, isn't he? I mean, he's
very good at stretching teams in away games.
Yeah, good athlete.
Very good. And it sounds like from mixed comments, Ejira, Starman for the guy on loan from Liverpool, Starman for
No
Sunderland.
surprise. No
Yeah.
surprise there.
They're going down, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they might. Something's got to give. I mean, who knows? These loan players might suddenly, click and off they go on a little. What is now I'll describe it as a Birmingham type run that they're having at the moment. Yeah, it's very tight down there, but conceivably, yeah, them and who we'll get to in a minute, Hull could go. So two bloody relegations on the trot.
So let's go to the roundup. This is one for those Ipswich fans who saw Wolves and didn't think they were very good. So they beat Sheffield United.
We got a bit of stick for that last week, didn't we? So we were dismissive of Wolves, weren't we? Did someone not say that?
Possibly, I don't remember.
I think I said this. Someone said, "Oh, they're the best Championship side I've seen."
You were dismissive. I wasn't.
Ever. Well, no, I said, well, I'm not. I didn't. I said, I'm not sure they're the very best, but they're very, very good. And you just said, yeah. Let's go.
Anyway,
someone said you. I made that comment and you volleyed it into touch. That's right. Could have been Alistair. Might not have been Alistair. Sorry,
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Or was it?
Wolves 3, Sheffield United 0. So a couple of lovely goals in that one, Dave.
Oh, ridiculous goal from Neves, and even more probably the move and the one-touch play for Jota. It was crazy.
Lovely stuff. Yeah. Derby are clinging on there in second place. They beat Brentford 3-0 because Villa recorded their 6th win on the trot. So how do you see that one playing out, Dave?
I think it's going to be very tough. Wolves are away, aren't they? Wolves are gone. And I see Cardiff, Medine. I see 3 going for that one spot. I think at Derby, Villa, and it's not as it is now. Derby, Villa, and Cardiff. I think all 3 will stay the course, and wouldn't like to choose. If I was pushed, I'd say Villa because they've got players like. I mean, he did it. Did you see the game or see the goal he scored?
No.
It's the last minute against Sheffield United, wasn't it? Snodgrass. They just got players like that can just produce what he did in the 90th minute. Ridiculous.
I just think, as much as I've enjoyed Derby, they're just a bit more conservative than Villa. I think they'll draw a few more games than Villa will in this last 15 games.
Yeah, and for Villa, we sort of said then start of the season when they signed Terry. I mean, I think you said he's going to be the best defender in the Championship, and he struggled at first, and then he got injured. But I think now, all right, they conceded 2 yesterday. I'm not sure if he played, but now he seemed to be showing that was a very good move. And people like Snodgrass, they got a good forward line. Snodgrass, that Hogan, he scored. I think he scored again yesterday. He was struggling for goals. He started to score goals now. So, if pushed out of the 3, I'd say them.
Leeds 1, Cardiff 4. Leeds have another guy sent off. Cardiff seem to have backed Warnock with Medine and Vilchert and.
Jamie Ward in. I saw from Jamie Ward from Forest swapped Tomlins. I got Tomlin out, got Ward in. Always quite rated that Ward, quite hard work. Everything sort of Tomlin's not really quite hard working. Slim. And Armand Traore, the left back, he had a good assist yesterday. From what I saw in the highlights, that Hoylett looked very, very good. I think he was good when you saw us there, wasn't he?
It was Mendes Lang was even better actually.
Yeah, what's happening now? And he must be. Maybe he's injured. I think it was all a bit toxic towards Christensen at the end, by all accounts.
Fulham win again. They're comfortably in the playoffs now. They're up to 5th, and they've got Mitrovic on loan from.
They've got Mitrovic on loan, which is a good sign. They also got Cyrus Christie from, which is he was the fullback from Borough, which. I guess I don't think I've missed anything that Fredericks is injured. Maybe I've missed that, and he is. But that would seem...
they also signed Target with the specific intention of pushing Sessegnon further up the pitch as well. So,
I suppose more importantly for them, there was conjecture last week that Kearney was being watched closely by West Ham, that they kept him, obviously. So, don't know, where are we? 54, 51. 56, 57. Well, they could. I mean, I said those 3. Perhaps discounted Fulham. They're only 3 points behind Cardiff. Don't know. It's been good. I mean, Forest had a right clear out. I mean, they signed six in, including Jack Colback, Tomlin, I already mentioned, and that Guardiola, who we were linked with. amongst the six that came in.
Bolton won, Bristol City 0. So Bristol failing to do what Ipswich managed to do, and that's take a point
That's
from
a goal. See the goal. Sammy
the background.
Obi. Did
Sammy,
you see it?
Yeah. I know it was the other way round. Do you remember Lothar Matthäus's goal in the San Siro, West Germany v Yugoslavia, second phase? The group phase of the 1990 World Cup, where he dribbles.
He drills it, doesn't he? Drills.
It,
yeah. This is a hell of a goal. Lovely goal.
Preston 2, Hull 1. Another one who cashed in. Preston cashing in their chips on Hugo. They played a blinder there. That was 2 million this time last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, 10 million.
10 million. Hull, like you said, not looking very good either.
I mean, just a point about Preston again. We've spoken about that, Neil. I mean, he's doing a great job, really. 3 points outside the playoffs, Preston. Hovering.
I just think those teams that are in there. Okay, Bristol City could run out of steam, but there's Middlesbrough, who we're going to come on to in a minute. They've got the manpower, but don't really. I know we say this all the way. You don't see any of them dropping out, and it's the crazy championship. How's your parachute, Dave? Because Norwich are still bang level on points.
Yeah, I mean, all I'm clinging onto there, as we've said before, they're 13th, 43, so they're 8 points away, aren't they? And there's a lot of traffic for them to get through, isn't it?
Mm. So they
hopefully
they beat Borough.
They beat hopefully 2 weeks from now we'd have put a dirty, great gaping hole in there.
Yeah, they beat Borough 1-0. Borough down to 10 men, but hopefully they're away at Derby next week. Yeah, they get a nice hiding there.
Every week they keep going away, and Madison keeps scoring.
Madison
been worldies. Can just stop it.
He's the one, isn't he? He's the new Darren Eady figure, isn't he?
Ben, over to you. Reading 0, Millwall 2.
Yeah, so I went to Reading Millwall. I like Millwall. 4-4-2, Dave. Don't leave space behind them. 4 midfielders swarming around. Big striker.
Get the ball up, but again,
striker.
they get the ball up to Morrison early, don't they?
They played some football. They've got this quick guy on Yadimma who played down the wing. Basically, Reading weren't allowed to get their passing going, and Tyler Blackett, he got brought on 30 minutes, made 3 absolute, not just like slight mistakes, but 3 absolute go on, have a goal mistakes, and then was subbed off again on 80 minutes, and the Reading fans were joining in with the "you're getting sacked in the morning" chants. So it's a shame Ipswich aren't playing Reading a little bit sooner. It'd be a good time to play them now. They're not in a good moment, but very impressed with Millwall though, Dave.
And it's good. That's great. They put their faith in Neil Harris, who I think's their all-time top scorer. Millwall through and through. It's great to see a side like that. I know you like them, and you like their approach in the second game of the season.
We've said on here before, Mick can't play 4-4-2. Everybody plays 4-2-3-1. You don't have enough cover. If you believe in your own system, you drop one of the midfielders just comes off a little bit, and you just adapt, and you have good eyes on the pitch. Mm-hmm. You can play 4-4-2 against 4-2-3-1.
Who is playing in midfield? Was that George
Saville and Williams? Yeah.
Okay,
none of them are amazing players. I'll tell you who's good. Steve Morrison. He's proper smart.
Got up there, mate.
Proper smart football player. That guy. Yeah. QPR 1, Barnsley 0. So QPR are nicely away. Barnsley doing nothing with this new ownership and money. They're right.
That's right, but they've given, which I thought was quite nice. They've given Heckenbottom a new contract, albeit a rolling contract.
Oh, okay. Wait for whenever Mick's free, are they?
Well, there you go. Now, another straight red for Manning in that game. I mean, there's red cards like confetti yesterday everywhere. 2
in this remaining game. Sheffield Wednesday 1, but Birmingham 3. Birmingham have won 4 games in 6, and they're well clear now.
Yeah. Do you see who scored twice for them?
Jota, was it? Yeah.
I think he's beginning to show his worth. Again, another one. I haven't really been following that closely. Who obviously they signed him for big money, something like 7 million, wasn't it? And I think he's had injury issues. So again, injury free. And we said he was one of the standout players in the whole division last year. Wasn't he?
Big star. Yeah. It's surprising that he ended up going there. So Dave, Ipswich remain in 12th position, 43 points from 30 games. So points per game, 1.433, projecting 65 for the season. Obviously, Burton to come up before the big derby game. Your top minutes is Bart, followed by Knudsen, Garner, Chambers, Skews. That's the spine. For goals now, Ipswich have 2 players in double figures for league goals after Garner's got on to 10 yesterday. So Garner and Waghorn both on 10. McGoldrick and Selina on 8, but we have to include League Cup goals. Jonas Knudsen joins Martin Waghorn on 7 assists. Unbelievable, Jeff. With Grant Ward just behind on 5 and McGoldrick on 4. We did the reveal, Dave, of the ITFC Bible points prediction for the month. I did the video. Check that out on YouTube. It was 6.5 for the month. So I think the convention
halfway there, nearly.
Well, the conventional wisdom I think seemed to be Ipswich beat Burton, lose to Norwich, and pick up 3 across the other games. And they've already got 3. So they'll be really pushing forward.
It's a good great game to have. Burton struggling to bottom of the league coming Saturday, so you'd certainly hope for 3 points there. So 2 wins on the spin going into that game in a couple of weeks' time. Yeah, good.
So on the Twitter this week, I asked about Sunderland, I asked about the transfer window, and little bit of toing and froing on the old Twitter feed about standing up at away games. So I asked about that as well. So here's this week's tweets, Dave. This is Andy7 on Downs. We aren't going up or down. Was there any need to bring in a hairy-ass centre midfielder in Gleeson and send out Flynn? Also, Gleeson was tweeting Birmingham last night with no mention of our result and sarcastically liked my tweet. Not feeling him, to be honest. Reports on Flynn yesterday looked good. Tom on seats. We're up and down here. Tom Bradford. Allocated seats is a real bugbear of mine. Rare for us to sell out away. So common sense would say, if you want to sit, go nearer the front of the stand. Go nearer the front, stand, go to the back. Big fuss out of nothing. Love the podcast. Thanks, Tom. This is real hodgepodge. This Ipswich Steve on Sunderland. Professional away performance yesterday in game 1 in the first half. Second half was just about seeing it, in my opinion. Seeing it out, sorry. Shame, though, as there were more goals to be had against the poor Sunderland side, which may have given the team some much-needed confidence. Rich Cook. It was good to have the win, but we were lucky on occasions, and that Sunderland are poorer than us. On the transfer side of things, it's great we still have Bart, but wish we kept Downs as he's a right handful. But that's Mick for you. Mullet says, net gain in the transfer window. Nice to enjoy a win and do it with some aplomb. Mick got it spot on yesterday with Ward and Sears, it seems. Garner much better against lesser teams, which is fine. And on standing, just talk to those around you. Common sense and being polite goes a long way. Blue Blood ITFC. Bart contract and targeting the right areas equals net gain in the transfer window. Sunderland is 2 points gained and a day closer to McCarthy's departure. Safe standing should be considered to help football refine something that All Seat has lost. Meanwhile, sit down if you are obstructing elders or infirm. Jules says Defo should be standing again at Ipswich. It should be Sir Bobby lower for home fans, then move the away fans to Cobbold. North Stand End would generate a lot more atmosphere because town fans won't move to Sir Alf's stand. Police can't object, leave bottom seats empty underneath the away. Ian at Illinois Blue says, genuine question, are we at the point now where it's not possible to just enjoy an ITFC win? And the other Ian at ITFC Clan, don't be fooled by the result yesterday. Decent team would have been 2 or 3 up against us at the break. I text to Son, shambles on 30 minutes, good finish for goal and man of the match Ward, best performance by a distance. Second half equally disappointing and a better team would have pushed us. But before we go on to standing, Dave, have you got any thoughts on any of that on the transfer window, net gain, and anything to add on Sunderland?
I think it was overall, net gain just because of whatever went on because of Bart staying, really.
And anything else on Sunderland?
Not really. Standing, if you want to sit, get down to the front. But you're always going to have that if there's stupid seat allocations.
Well, So this is from Amy, who presumably had some kind of altercation in the game or got some kind of problems yesterday. She's messaged to clear this up because this was going off on the Ipswich feed yesterday. When we got to the stands yesterday, the stewards were directing people to their allocated seats, but we'd all bought ours separately, so looked for some spare seats. We like to stand, so headed for the back, but it was really busy and we had to just grab anywhere. The people behind us were saying they usually sit near the front and actually offered us to swap so we could stand, but as the game had started, we left it. Then over to my right, a guy started having a go at another bloke who was stood in front of him. The poor chap in front tried to explain that he had to stand because he couldn't see. He wanted to sit too, but there was a chunk of people stood up in front. All around me there were older fans not able to see anything on the bottom right hand side of the pitch because of people standing, and people were talking about that rather than watching the game. I felt bad for them. It's a long way to go without actually getting to see the game. A little while later I realised that the people in front were actually my mates, and I'm sure they would be happy to sit if they knew they were blocking people's view. I tweeted them to ask them to sit down and later asked a steward to have a word. Bloody hell, all hell broke loose. I got a lot of grief on Twitter and a bit at the game, which I just tried to laugh off. I totally support standing at games, and usually it works really well at the away games I go to.
Yeah, it generally does.
Yeah, singers head to the back and older fans and families head to the front. Everyone has a good day out. The problem comes when we're made to sit in allocated seats. Or worse, some people are told to sit anywhere, but others are in their seats. But to be honest, it all really comes down to a bit of common decency. If people behind you are sat down, sit down. We're all one team. We're all there to try and enjoy the game, which is hard enough at the moment. No need for the grief. No need for the more fun when you all join in chants. And no need for the our fans melts tweets. Sorry, what a waffle. I mean, I get called a snob a lot for going and... we do the podcast, Dave, and I do the YouTube video, so
Yeah.
I'm
You
not...
want to see the game.
Yeah, I'm not
You
going
want to see the game.
to...
You want to see how the game is developing tactically.
Yeah, when I was 18 years old, I went with a group of lads, and I was stood up and I was chanting. My view on it is, has it got to the point now where there's enough people that want to stand now that they need to kind of, because I mean the law is that you can't stand. The law is that you sit down, but there's this unwritten thing that, because really, what if that's the rules? The steward should come and sit everybody down.
The same at Portman Road every week. The North Stand lower is pretty much everybody stand. I mean, there's some at the front that you do see sit at the front, but majority, certainly in the North Stand lower, they're all standing, aren't they?
It's kind of unwritten, isn't it? It's like, well, you're supposed to sit down, but you all want to stand up, so we don't stand. I do just always remember you and I went to a FA Cup game at Southampton years back. I just remember a little boy stood behind, couldn't see anything, didn't see any of the game. So I think, I don't know. The other part of me thinks I buy a lot of football tickets in this day and age. Can people not go in now because you always have to buy your away tickets from. If you want to go to Sunderland, you buy your tickets from Ipswich. I don't know why we can't just buy them from Sunderland and pick where we want to sit.
Really know. Yeah, I'm not really sure, but
but interesting debate, and I know the players appreciate the groups of guys stood chanting
supporting.
And whatnot.
I'm not supporting everyone supporting, but the chanting, of course, the encouragement. Yeah.
But if you pay to see a football match and you can't see a football match,
it's a lot of money, isn't it? Yeah, it's
and
a lot of money.
Really, you should be able to go back to whichever club you were at and say, I couldn't see, can I have my money back, please? Because your stewards.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm intrigued to find out how you're going to fare at Norwich with
I'm in the away stand at Norwich. Yeah. With my pad.
You are?
Yeah, I'm in the away end. I couldn't get.
How'd you get that? How'd you do that?
In the away end.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I'm not.
We are away. That's what I was going to say. How are you going to?
Paul Sparrow's in the home end. He's in the top of the Barclay end. Yeah, look out for that guy. Yeah. Keep quiet in there, Paul. No, I'm in the away end for that one. But no, it's different strokes for different folks, and like we say, a bit of decency, and I think everyone's a winner. How's your stocks and shares this week, Dave?
Dear. Well, after last week, I was ready to sort of jump out of the window. It was a big Nasdaq and a massive crash last week again, didn't it? So this week I'm feeling a bit more confident this week.
Yeah, he always seems to do better when Ipswich win, doesn't he? So this is Nasdaq time. Excuse me. So at James_Dac 99, he has two bets. one on Ipswich, one on the Championship, each for the amount of £5. So on Saturday, Dave, the magic number was 2.5 goals. Did he go over? Did he go under? He went under. So it's a win. It's a win for the Nasdaq. Under 2.5
good old
goals.
Waggle.
He was he was pleased when Waggle missed at the end. He went for a treble, Dave. You ready for this? Ipswich to win at Sunderland. Away win. Tick.
Two.
Derby to beat Brentford. 3-0. Bosh.
It's full house.
Fulham to beat Forest. It's a big win for the Nasdaq.
It's a full house. Is that the first time he's had a full house?
I don't know, with a treble and both bets. I think he's won 2 bets before, but they haven't been.
Oh yeah, and I think he's had that in a treble. No.
So well done, James. I think Barry, who's one of our followers on Twitter, actually backed that bet as well and won too. So everybody's happy. Enjoy your money. Go and buy a Nando's or whatever you spend your money on. Right, Dave, I need to load up my phone because I didn't copy the Renegade Statman's stat of the week, which is now loading. Statman says, easy lads. Back in October, we highlighted on this show Ipswich's long run of not winning away at Sunderland. And yesterday that ghost was laid to rest. A great individual goal from Joey Garner. I was also pleased that Freddie Sears finally got off the mark. Wait a minute. I'm hearing in my earpiece that it was in fact an own goal. Sorry, Freddie, but don't give up hope. Your day will come one day. That's naughty, Statman. Something about yesterday's team worried me. In the match day 16, there were only 2 academy products, Luke Hyam and Michael Crowe. Hardly a ringing endorsement for our youth production line. You may recall that point 1 of Marcus Evans' 5-point plan states to provide a significant ongoing financial commitment to the club's academy, enabling a steady flow of players into the first team. So this got me thinking, is there a steady flow? How committed are Evans and McCarthy to this aspect of the 5-point plan? In McCarthy's first season at the club, 2012-13, he was in charge of 30 league games. The academy made up 14% of all those league starts. In 2013-14, the figure rose to 15.4% and held a pretty constant in the following playoff season, 15.3%. Then the figures took a downward turn. In 2015-16, the figure dropped to 12.5% academy players. In 2016-17, decreased further to 8.9%. This season, it's fallen further to 6.7%. In 2012-13, 91% of league games had an academy product in the starting 11. It peaked at 100% in 2013-14 and 15-16, mainly due to Tommy Smith. But in 2016-17, only 74% of league games had an academy player in it. Then, this year, barely over half of our league games have an academy player in it. There are many reasons why these figures have decreased, and it would take too long to go through them all now. But this stat has proved that the 5-point plan is not worth the paper stroke beer mat it was written on. Don't be fooled when people tell you Mick's playing more young players. It's fake news. Peace out, Renegade Statman. That was like a bit of investigative journalism or something, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. I think he's being a little bit harsh, Stat. I mean, again, who's to say? You know, Dazelle does his cruciate first game of the season. You got to think he would have been. You know, you'd like to have thought that he would have become a regular.
He'd look nice in the middle of the 3 off the front, wouldn't he?
Yeah. What dear. Next season.
Oh yes.
And then you look at Downs and Nydam, and yes, they've played, but again, they're very young. They've picked up injuries as well, and obviously Smith hasn't been in the team. So I think there's more than one there are some mitigating circumstances this season, but the sort of given the percentages he's come out with, that's a worrying trend. But I think injuries have a little bit to do with it.
Okay, tweet us in at Blue Monday ITFC to give us your views on that. Right, it's time for 2 little ducks, Dave. So this is our weekly little competition. So the
phone away.
The rules of the game. Where's my phone? It's here, Dave. Can you see it? Yeah. There it is. I'm going to pop that down there.
You will.
If I look over here, the iPad's over here. So the rules of the game is Dave is going to give me an Ipswich Town fixture where 22 players started the game. I have to name as many of those players as I can. If I name a player who was not one of the 22 ducks, that is a goose, and I'm out. Now, Dave, how did we do last week?
Yeah, okay, you need to beat one.
Wow. Right.
Chambers.
So you've got to name them in order, and what we're going to do is Dave's going to tell me the game. I have no idea what the game is.
It's true, he does.
All it says on my iPad after this is Bert and an outro, so I'm going to turn my iPad off as well.
Don't
There you go.
iPad off.
So
Yeah, you know that off by heart.
not
Okay,
cheap.
Ben, I think
Right, what's the game, Dave?
I think I've been more than kind to you this week. UEFA Cup quarter-final. No, it's not.
Wow.
Carabao Cup
Ooh.
second round.
Oh.
You were there. Selhurst Park.
Oh
We've
my
mentioned
God.
it, I think, twice already this evening. The 22nd of August. I've got 2018, 2017. Ipswich Town versus Crystal Palace.
Racking my
Let
brain.
me
Right, you do the plugs.
just
Go on.
2 seconds. I will do the plugs. I need it on my phone. So while Ben is racking, look, he's racking his brains there. They're all sort of falling into place. I think he's actually going to get all the players in their right positions as well, but we'll see. You can catch up with the Blue Monday podcast 3 times a week on YouTube, Acast and Apple Podcasts. If you enjoy the show, please subscribe on any of those platforms. On social media, you can follow us on Twitter at Blue Monday ITFC, where you'll find out all details of all our shows and also how to buy a fabulous Blue Monday t-shirt in the bio. You can follow me on Twitter at David Diamond 3. Ben, you can catch at Benjamin Bloom 3 and Statman at ChompX3. You can also go to our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/Blue Monday ITFC. And so please go on there and please hit a like. How you doing?
What was the score? It's 2-1, yeah?
Oh, Ben.
Can I say,
I know you.
do I get a bonus point? Miles Kenlock was in the crowd.
You don't get any bonus points for Miles Kenlock. In fact, you're getting a minus for that. Clever dick. -1. So starting from now. Go on then.
Right, Dean Gherkin.
Carry on.
Just move into the middle of the shot, Dave. Just come out of shot a bit.
Oh, sorry, mate. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Let me get me. Yeah. Let me get this.
Right.
Yeah.
Dean Gherkin. Luke Wolfenden.
Oh, look at this. He's going in order. Yeah.
Tristan Nydam played left back.
I'll keep going until you. Well,
Okay.
I think I'll just keep going. Go on.
George.
It's hard, isn't it?
I'm thinking the 2 centre halves were Fowler and Webber. But I'm not sure. Flynn Downs, Bersant Selina. Ben Falami.
What are we saying about centre halves? What was that again?
Webber and Fowler.
Webber.
Pat Webber.
Yeah, carry on.
Oh, don't do that. That's awful. So hang on, and I've got Falami played up front on his own. I think Adam McDonnell played off Falami. I'm trying to read your facial expression. I can't remember who played down the. Who played down the right? Right, Palace.
Yeah.
Johan Cabaye. Who was the guy who scored? McCarthy. Is it McCarthy or MacArthur?
I'll give you that. MacArthur.
MacArthur. He scored both the goals, didn't he? They played
Carter's
3,
Park.
and someone left a KK in the rain. Who was that guy? They spent a fortune. Wing back from Sunderland. He's like a Dutch Van der somebody or someone. He played wing back. How many have I got?
I'll give you that. Van Aanholt. I'll give you
Van
that.
Aanholt. Okay.
Mhm.
They played 3 strapping great centre halves. Oh God.
I think this is a record. Oh, it's easy our record because I think first week I got 2. First week I got 7, and you might have got 8, didn't you? So far you've got.
Andros Townsend came on as a sub though. He didn't start.
I looking at this again. I can't believe the side that Palace put out here. That was almost the side they put out today. We're not far off. Well,
They got a big, dark-haired centre back who's a good player. Is he called Ward? Joel Ward.
Fullback. Yeah.
Okay.
He's the one me and Stat were thinking of on the history pod last week. Couldn't remember where he was playing. Nearly signed him from Pompey.
Did I get all the Ipswich players?
No.
So I got Gherkin.
You're too short.
I got Gherkin, Fowler, Wolfenden, Webber, Nydam, Downs, Selina, Falami, McDonald. I'm missing a centre midfielder and a right midfielder, aren't I?
You're too short.
Morris came on, didn't he? And Patterson. Did Patterson play down the right, or did he come on? Did he come on and set? No, Morris set Selina. Patterson.
We already said he was sub and came on.
Bollocks.
The two well done, mate. Really, it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
You it's so hard. The two you were missing. One is on loan at Lincoln, Danny Rowe.
Oh, for God's sakes!
And the other one is it? I think I've got his. Is it Shane McLaughlin?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what about Palace players?
Palace Speroni.
I didn't want to say that. I thought it'd be too obvious.
I know. Kelly, Scott Dan. They had a hell of a side. Jason Punchin.
Come on.
Jeff Schlupp.
He was the left wing back.
One I wouldn't have got in a month for Sundays. Lokilo up front.
Yeah, he was bad. He didn't play well at all.
Kai.
Yeah, and who we were linked with. And what was my score?
Well, I said at the start, I think you'll get 12. You got 13.
And you gave me Patrick Van Arnholt.
Well, yeah, but you were, yeah. I trust in the weeks ahead you'll be kind if I get to a similar level. Yeah, good effort though. It's hard though, isn't it? Even you're at the game, it's so hard.
Yeah, it's just
yeah.
Anyone could or couldn't have played. Yeah. Right. So let us know how you got on with that. Did you beat 13? 13 is
good effort, mate.
Is the new record. I was hoping that you weren't going to say Stevenage because I literally couldn't name you.
Oh no, I wouldn't have done that.
A single Stevenage player.
Done.
So Dave, Burton next week. Burton are in horrible form. They've lost 5 on the trot. They're bottom of the league. This is a good matchup for McCarthy. He's won it all 3 times. What are you seeing team-wise?
Yeah, I don't think I'm not sure we covered this on the pod last week, even though it might have happened that they signed Darren Bent on loan from Derby.
That's a guaranteed goal, isn't it?
He wasn't in the squad. Poor old Darren. He's 34. I mean, that does make you feel old. That does make you feel old. He wasn't in the squad yesterday, so whether I would assume he's not. Well, he must be fit to a degree, but he didn't feature yesterday at all. They also signed, I've heard of this kid, they got loads of them, a young Man City loan player, centre mid called Jacob Davenport. He's quite well thought of. He signed on loan. They're bottom of the league. Lloyd, incredibly, he scored hardly any goals. Only scored 24 goals in 30 games, conceded 58. And Lloyd Dyer, unbelievably, is their top goal scorer, 6 goals, no assists, and then that quite a big lad, Lucas Akins, has got 4 goals, 6 assists, which is pretty good. Ben, it's a perfect game for us, isn't it? Before we get our shooting boots, get some confidence before we play them up the road. 1-2-1 end of October. That wasn't going our way, was it? But 2 late goals. Waghorn scored, and that silly free kick right at the death from Selina, who tossed his shirt in the crowd, didn't he? So, yeah, I think a great game for us, great timing for us, hopefully, with Norwich coming up the week after. Don't you see it like that?
I hope so. I hope it goes exactly the way you said.
I
hope we win by 2 goals and he gets to, put Webster in for a bit and put McGoldrick in for a bit.
Wouldn't it be lovely? Win 2-0, and if he goes with the same yesterday, win 2-0 and Sears and Waghorn score. Fantastic.
And then stack the bench up as well. Just trying to have some strength for once this season. And then I'm sure we'll have some plans for
I just hope we'll do a lot about this next week. I just hope we're in a good frame of mind and we just go to Norwich and just play better and just try and play some football there, because when we played there in recent seasons, it's been horrible. Last season the football weren't great. We were awful, weren't it? We went ahead for once, great excitement for all of the 5 minutes or whatever. But we'll do more on this next week. But yeah, Burton. He's got 100%. Is he 3 out of 3 or 3? Yeah, 3 for 3. So, yeah, you've seen them all. You went to the Burton game last year as well.
Yeah, I didn't go to the away game.
Well, this year?
No, I missed that one. Yeah,
one of the ones you missed. I like can't say enough. Perfect game for us. Hopefully, like you said, win by at least 2, and onwards and upwards. You got any more? I think we're planning a Blue Monday outing, me, you, and Stat to Bristol City, aren't we?
Yeah, it just depends on your behaviour between now and then. Whether
my behaviour.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Whether
okay. I'll try. And
I've got to
pass out. I've got to pass out as well for the weekend. So
have you?
Hopefully I'll be all right.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
You've got no gigs or anything planned that weekend.
When is it?
March the 7th. Actually, you might. It's like round about St Patrick's Day. Nah, not really. Just another day to you.
Right, it's just another day.
Song of the week. I think Blancmange this week. Living on the Ceiling.
Okay, Living on the Ceiling. I was just going to go for Just Another Day by Paul McCartney and his.
Right.
I suppose he's probably only the greatest songwriter of all time, but
I just did it for effect. That's a lovely song, and of course it should be. Yeah, although I think Nathan Jones by the Supremes probably beats it. But
why on earth do the Supremes have a song called Nathan Jones? I
mean, Nathan Jones been gone too long.
He has, and will be gone too long in a minute when we do the standoff. So Dave did all the plugs, but this obviously goes up on YouTube first. So give us a sub on YouTube, thumbs up, say nice things, don't say mean things. Get your tweets in, follow us on Twitter and all that nonsense.
Did you did you have the chance to hear our show, mine is Stat, the history show? Have you heard most of that?
I'm way behind. I've got your podcast app.
Yeah, you're catching.
Yeah,
catching up.
I'm catching
I think it's
up.
the best so far this week. It was good. Yeah, good show. Some great games. Great games.
Good one coming up this week.
Yeah, I think so. Because we call them in bunches. Spoiler alert. Bunches. I think they're all good. Yeah, all 3 weeks. All 3 weeks were good. And for you to particularly look out for the most fantastically ever named Ipswich Town player, admittedly, who made his debut in about 1930, but fantastic name. So I won't spoil it for you. You've got to look out for that one.
And check out type in Marcus Stewart top 10 goals on YouTube and have it.
Shame no one's got that. Would that goal he scored in that abandoned game have been in there, Ben? The diving header.
It was on the shortlist. Yeah,
Rich had it. Footage of it. Is there footage of it?
There is footage. We didn't put it in because it was just Mark Venus taking an early free kick and then a diving header, and we put the Southampton glancing header in because of the Herman Hreiderson.
Do you know, I tell you what, one of my favourite goals of all of those. I mean, I think you just about got them in the right order. I'm pretty sure you did, but how ridiculous was the goal away at Sunderland?
It was stupid, wasn't it? Did you remember that?
I forgot about that. The finish, the clip finish in his stride. Yeah, he was some player for it. He was actually. I know we laugh and joke about it, but yeah, ridiculous. Now I bet you had loads of fun putting that together.
We did, yeah. And let us know if there's any other top 10 videos. Right, Dave. Yeah. It's time to say goodbye. Thank you everybody
see you
for
next
watching.
week, mate. Yeah, have a good week.
And see you next week. Bye.
Bye.